Hi, I'm Deanna Potter, founder of Potter Coaching and Consulting, and this is my story. A few years back, I went in for an elective surgery. It was supposed to be 2 days in the hospital and then a quick 3 weeks of recovery and then back to my normal life. And I suffered some pretty severe and massive complications. At that time, I ended up back via ambulance the evening that I was released and home. I ended up back via ambulance to the hospital, and I was immediately put into the trauma unit. I had suffered a leak in my stomach, and I spent the next 6 months in the trauma unit. They weren't sure if I was going to live, and from the 6 months in the trauma unit, I spent the next 44 months struggling to survive this ordeal. During that ordeal, although I'm happy to say that the insurance company covered the $3 million claim, they did not in any way help me to recover from the fact that I'd lost a six-figure income. And my husband and I at the time had been together about 20 years almost. And the 20 years that we had worked very hard as a team together to build a very successful life. We were living what you might call the American dream. We were losing everything. From our dream home in a high-rise in downtown San Diego to our rental properties, $98,000 in retirement, $50,000 in cash in the bank. We filed bankruptcy, we sold a car, we lost it all. Because the doctors kept saying, 3 more months and we'll fix you. 3 more months and we'll fix you. And we were grasping to save it all. Throughout the entire ordeal, I saw Deanna at her absolute rock bottom. She was heavily medicated due to the amount of pain that she was in. It was kind of almost a black hole where the doctors really could not tell us what was wrong. They couldn't fix the problem that she had. I watched her be able to pull through that. She was so tenacious, being able to have a positive attitude, always stay on the positive side of things and look for the best way to handle things. I don't think that there's anything that she can't do once she sets her mind to it, and her being able to come out of this medical problem with the tenacity that she has, and she's been so ferocious in being able to get things done and to be able to basically jumpstart her life and our life. It's brought us back from, we were at the highest of highs, and then the medical problems created the lowest of lows for us, but it made us stronger. And I know it made her stronger. We kind of learned that money is great, but when you don't have it, you only have your love and your dedication to each other. I learned 3 key choices that are absolutely, I believe, critical for anyone to utilize and pull from their toolbox of life when they're facing a tragedy or a crisis. And I don't think that it matters what kind of a crisis or obstacle that they're facing. Mine happened to be a medical crisis, but I think it could be a death, a divorce, a job loss, a financial hardship. It could just be a simple, good old-fashioned bout with depression. And it's not necessarily having to be with a life challenge. It could be something very much related to business or a professional issue. I just know that having gone through this, I'm very well aware of the fact that I learned some very valuable lessons, and my purpose in life I know very clearly now.
It was like a bad movie. It's like you think of it happening to other people, but you never think it's going to happen to your family. But thank God she's a strong, resilient person, and this is when you see what somebody really is made of. She never once said, why me? She always said, yep. Ma, I remember walking through the hospital halls with her with the IV unit, and we called it RTD2, walking through the hospital when she could walk, and taking her through, and her saying, I know I'm supposed to learn something from this. I don't know what, but I'm sure. And we always taught her that everything happens for a reason. So she knew that something good was going to come out of it. And I have to be truthful with you. I couldn't see what could possibly come good out of this. We almost lost her twice. So with her strong mind and attitude and positive thinking, I can see where she's come 360 degrees.
If somebody once asked me if you had to pick one word to describe the 3 key choices, it comes down to ask, attitude, and action. But it's way more than that. And as people, I hope, read the book and they glean their lessons and what they can use from it, I can only hope that what I went through can make somebody else's tragedy, crisis, obstacle, or challenge that much more bearable and easier, and that they come through to their success that much quicker and made their lives be that much better for it. So I hope you enjoy it.
You know, it's like, she's my hero. She really is. She's the love of my life. And I'm so proud of her. She's come from really, really bad times to where she is now. And she's never given up, ever.
She came out of this on top. She has managed to succeed. She has done things that, you know, I always knew she was capable of, but I don't think she really knew she was capable of doing. Writing this book, being a public speaker and doing the things that she's done. I've always supported her and had faith in her and the things that she's done, because I know that she is the strongest and smartest person I have ever met.
I also know very clearly that I am a better trainer, speaker, and coach to every one of my clients and the people that I touch every day because of this. And I'm very clear about my why, about my purpose in life. I know that I am on this earth today to impact and improve the lives of others so that they live an inspired and fully purposeful life. And as long as I'm doing that, I'm doing just fine.